As a content creator, I absolutely think that this is going to be changing the way people perceive China in general. I think anytime you find people that are looking at just smaller elements of, a big idea, when you're looking at like something like Chinese or China, these are really big aggregate concepts. And oftentimes when we need simplified stories, when we want them to be sort of one-sided or just kind of like expressing a certain side of things, we need people to see things as a whole unit as opposed to their little parts. And so I think like seeing Chinese culture for more than just the elements that we typically see for it, we're getting an opportunity to get a better understanding about, I would say even just the practice of doing these things is giving you a chance to engage with the culture and engage with specifics instead of just kind of this big overall idea. And getting to experience like, okay, wow, this particular form of life actually does really feel very nice and very comfortable. It's definitely a single part of a big complex idea, but I think ultimately it gives people a chance to actually get in touch with something. I think it's a great opportunity for not only for people to get in touch with Chinese culture in a different way and actually like practice some things that could be really something that they integrate more into their lifestyle. I think it also gives a chance for Chinese creators to take more of a spotlight and actually talk a little bit more about their culture in ways that people will listen because there's a curiosity about this. So it's kind of giving them a leg up as well in traffic and getting to kind of share their stories a bit more. So as for why it's resonating right now, I actually heard somebody recently, especially in the US, because I think that's kind of where it's hit a lot of traction. I think I've heard somebody mention before kind of this idea that the US politically and economically is in a bit of it's in a very sensitive time. There's a lot going on and there's a lot of unrest and a lot of unhappiness and a lot of unsatisfaction. And so I think that it's been proposed this idea that people are kind of looking for stuff outside of these sort of traditional cultural superpowers to kind of find a sense of either excitement or safety or comfort. I have noticed that a lot of these trends are coming. They are very like winter related. So I think that is a big part of it too. Like drinking hot water, wearing like warm things. I personally think that Chinese culture does a really good job with the cold as well. Not to say that there aren't things in American culture that do that, but maybe that some of the things because of the way that we like heat our houses and everything. And I also do think it's a signifier, like this is almost a year now since the initial TikTok refugee exodus last year, in which a lot of people suddenly took interest in Chinese culture in a new way than before. So I think there's been since then some opportunities to engage with and interact with Chinese culture in TikTok, in international social media, besides just China on its own, that definitely I think has influenced this becoming a bigger trend.